Okay, we had the new parts come through from the factory. We'll get them on the car ahead of FP1.
Hello guys, Turbocharged 51 over here! I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. And guys, it is time for the second episode of Season 2 here at Sakia for the Bahrain Grand Prix. I hope you guys are excited because I am. Guys, we've got the performance chart right here in front of you. Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull are still holding up the top 3. No upgrades have been brought from anybody except my team. Renault and Haas are 4th and 5th with McLaren in 6th. Myself now in 7th ahead of that pink line, which is Force India. And then in 9th and 10th we've still got Sauber and Williams Racing. So stuff is looking juicy. Our season didn't start off as we would have liked with all the upgrades failing, but of the 4 failing we have brought 2 of them here to Sakia. The other 2 will be brought at the next round in China at the Shanghai International Circuit. I am excited for this episode, guys. We finished 17th here last season. We're here in the pit box, and like I said, we finished 17th here last season, the worst finish of the season for myself. Guys, this was one of 3 rounds last season where I didn't get points, so anything above 17th for me is going to be a good result. But as you guys know me, I want to get points. I want to finish in the top 10, and if I finish in the top 10 with this at this Grand Prix, it's going to feel like a victory, because guys, I was gutted last season when I had to cross the line in 17th position after hyping up this Grand Prix as much as I did. Bahrain is not a circuit that I'm strong at. It's a circuit that I actually don't like at all. I don't hate the circuit, but I don't like it. It's not, to me, it's not a fun circuit to drive. But it's on the F1 calendar. You can't get past it unless you forfeit a race, which I am not going to do. And guys, you know, usually the circuits we hate are the circuits you do the best at because you just give it your all. So let's see what I can do this weekend here at Bahrain. We come onto the home stretch to start our first flying lap in qualifying. Once again, the Toro Rosso Honda looks beautiful in the night sky, especially here at Bahrain. The car has a little bit of a chrome effect to it. It is glowing beautifully. It looks better than most of the lights here at Sakia. But heading on to the end of our first lap, down to 3rd gear for the final corner. As you guys see, I take extremely wide lines to get the best exit speed onto this home straight. Open the ERS set to overtake, and we do a 1:27.2. Not the best lap time in the world, but it's something we have to live with at this stage, already starting our 2nd lap. Guys, like I said, Sakia, the AI are overpowered here at the Sakia International Circuit. This and Sao Paulo in Brazil, the 2nd last round of the season, it's the 2 AI overpowered tracks. So it's very hard to beat the AI at these circuits, but you never know, you never know. This might just be the tracks where you learn where the AI have their weak spots. But furthermore, we across the line for the end of our 2nd lap, and we don't better our time at all. So at this stage, I was panicking like a crazy person in a crazy mansion. But not to fear when you've got Scuderia Toro Rosso behind you. We are P20 on the grid, and even I wanted to get out of Q1 so badly. I knew this was going to be a mountain and a half to climb. But like I said, with Scuderia Toro Rosso behind me, there will be a good race still, we know that. We head here onto our final lap, and let's go through this track here at Sakia. Into the first corner, late and hard onto the brakes as possible. Heading through the 2nd corner, you need to have confidence here to ease the throttle through there. Through the 3rd corner, up here, this little uphill section. Up into 8th gear, we're going to go wide onto the curb, brake into 4th gear, 3rd gear to get the car to turn in. I go all the way down to 2nd, 4th gear as you get out here, cover the oversteer, heading into this very fast double S section. 5th gear through, then clip the curb on the inside on both car sides. I missed the curb on the 2nd one. Down to 2nd gear, take a wide line through this hairpin because you want the exit speed as you get out of here because it's an uphill section. Down to one of the tightest corners on the calendar, which we missed thanks to a very wonky recording. Thank you, PlayStation recording system. But in any case, through this next very fast S section, we go through here, heading into the 2nd to last corner. Brake as late as possible, 4th gear, try to get the car through there. Oh, I think that was a corner cut. No, it's not. Okay, good. Very good speed heading out of that corner because this is also a back straight. Heading into the final corner, you guys see I already get off the track, down to 3rd gear to get the car to turn in, up into 4th, 5th, the car kicks oversteer, and I go wide! Come on, man. Yep, that's my lap down the drain. That's my lap down the drain. What's the position going to be? And it's P20. Wonderful. That did not help at all. We are so far down the grid, it's not even funny. We are 3/10 behind the McLaren of Stoffel van Doorn. Okay guys, this Grand Prix is going to be a fight till the end, but let's head to the Bahrain Grand Prix.
There's something in the Bahrain air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the sand. Our brightest minds have thrust their brightest ideas into the spotlight of the Sakhir circuit this evening as we look ahead once more to a Grand Prix that has thrilled us so consistently in the past. There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Sergei Sirotkin. Looks like they've got a tough race in store today, as grid penalties from changing power unit components has forced them further down the field.
Everyone has to deal with penalties or reliability issues from time to time throughout their career. You just have to suck up the pain and get on with the job at hand. Today isn't about performing a miracle to put the car back where it should be, it's about effective damage limitation.
With that then, let's run through the grid order. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Verstappen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Bottas, Raikkonen, Hülkenberg, Leclerc, and Kevin Magnussen. Gasly, Grosjean, Esteban Ocon, and Sainz, Ericsson, Alonso, Lance Stroll, and Stoffel van Doorn. O'Connor and Sergei Sirotkin rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Just like it said there, nothing left to do except hit that subscribe. Don't forget to ding that bell, guys. Guys, we're going for a one-stop strategy. Sakhir is a highway circuit, but that's the only way I'm going to get myself into the points. I had to fight all the way. 29 laps of brutal Sakhir here at Bahrain, but we're going to have fun with it all the way. Guys, I hope you enjoy. Like you guys know by now, there's going to be music playing on the formation lap. Jam with me, enjoy it, and hype yourself up for the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's time to fight. Let's go, baby! headlights for the Bahrain Grand Prix. All the lights are on, and it is go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel lock out the front row. It's Mercedes versus Ferrari heading into the first corner. Brilliant launch from the Brit himself, Lewis Hamilton. Oh, there's a little bit of contact between Vettel and Hamilton as they head into the first and second corner. Vettel's on the inside, but Lewis gets him the squeezes. Vettel hops over the curb. Lewis is in the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. There's a pink Force India of Sergio Perez in third. Where is Sergio Perez's pace coming from? In fourth, we've got the Haas of Kevin Magnussen battling away with the Red Bull of, I think that's Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo. The second Haas of Roman Grosjean is battling away with Daniel Ricciardo. Yes, Max Verstappen is the leading Red Bull. Haas are taking the fight to Red Bull here on the opening lap of the Sakhir circuit here at Bahrain. This is popping off on the very first lap. As you guys see behind the Red Bull is the second Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas, and you guys saw with the grid formation that Kimi Räikkönen has a penalty. He's battling away there with the Sauber of Charles Leclerc. I think it's Charles Leclerc, but it's one of the Saubers. We head here down the first back straight, and now Valtteri is pressuring the Red Bull and the Haas of Daniel Ricciardo and Roman Grosjean, but Valtteri sticks behind them. I think he saw if he went into that corner there was going to be some contact. We head here through the S section. Come on, Roman Grosjean, are you going to get ahead of that Red Bull? Not just yet. Daniel is still hanging around the outside, but the lead is still Lewis Hamilton leading the way from Sebastian Vettel, with Sergio Perez in third and Kevin Magnussen in fourth, with Max Verstappen in fifth. Finally, Grosjean gets ahead of the Red Bull of Daniel Ricciardo. This is going to be the battle for what? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. This is the battle for sixth, but we head on back onto the start. This is the Williams of Sergei Sorokin starting behind me. Also, I was not starting last thanks to him having a penalty, but he gets a stonking start off the line. GG Sergei. He heads here into the first corner alongside. Oh, he goes for a major dive. Oh, the Renault pulls out. That's a broken ring for Sergei. That is bad luck. Sorry for the young man who tried to have a little bit of a dive. It's 3 wide as we head through the second corner. He's alongside the two Renaults, my two biggest rivals at this stage of the career. I am right behind them. We are going to have a 4 wide moment heading into the fourth corner. I'm up the inside, giving him the squeeze. No contact was made from my side. He makes contact with the Renault of Carlos Sainz. What a move from myself, if I have to say so myself. GG's, man, GG's. 4 wide heading into the corner. What a brilliant move. I think poor Nico Hülkenberg was the one who lost out the most there. Oh man, the Williams is ahead of them, but look here. Oh no, Nico goes ahead of his teammate, and he goes on the outside of Sergei Sorokin. Well freaking done, Nico Hülkenberg. GG's, bud, GG's. Back onto my POV. Let's go through this first lap. I am right behind the Ferrari of Kimi Räikkönen, and it is him battling away with Charles Leclerc, so I got that right. I'm right up the gearbox. I have a little bit of oversteer coming out of that very tight corner, one of the tightest corners on this grid on the F1 calendar, like you guys heard on my qualifying lap. Down to 4th gear. The car is so heavy with fuel, and I'm in the dirty of these two Ferrari powered cars. Come on, little Toro. So we're one spot away from a points paying position. And guys, this is one of the best starts I've ever had on my F1 career, and it's at Bahrain. The track with the AI are I think they're more OP on Brazil, to be quite honest, but one of the tracks with the AI are immensely OP. So I was really proud of myself, if I have to say so. We head here on to the end of the first lap. Lewis Hamilton is the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, with it being lap 1. But I am under pressure from that Renault of Nico Hülkenberg, who has had a brilliant start himself, going around the outside of his teammate and Sergei Sorokin in those beginning phases. But I think Nico is a bit bad after he got squeezed out so violently. He's up my inside, but I defend successfully on the inside of the second corner. But now I have to chase after that beautiful white and maroon Sauber of Charles Leclerc. We head here onto the end of lap 2, and Kevin Magnussen has caught up to the back of Sergio Perez, who at this stage is in a podium position. Come on, K-Mag, come on, K-Mag, come on, K-Mag. Let's go, baby, let's go. You've got a much better car than that Force India. Into the braking zone for the first corner, and Kevin Magnussen is up to the inside for this very tight right-hander through the second part of the corner, and Kevin is around the outside of Sergio Perez. At the end of lap 3, now it's time for Max Verstappen to make his hand felt on the table. He needs to get past this Force India. Now DRS is available. Max opens the DRS, and he is on the rear end on the gearbox of Sergio Perez. Kevin Magnussen has already moved out of DRS detection. That is, he's ahead by more than a second. Beautiful move up the inside from Max Verstappen, and he has passed the pink Force India. Well done, Max. Now let's go chasing after that Haas. We head here onto the end of the start of lap 5, and Nico Hülkenberg is still giving me a hard time here in what's this? This is 11th position. And guys, at this stage, I was so desperate just to get away from them. It's not even funny, but we were still battling away. He's on my outside going for another move, but I give him the squeeze. Ooh! And even the salvo of Marcus Ericsson tries to get in on the fun. But guys, we head here onto the end. What's this? Lap 8. Yes, and the race leader, Lewis Hamilton, is feeling the wear on those super soft red wall tires. He comes into the pits with Sebastian Vettel right behind him. Mercedes mechanics versus Ferrari mechanics. Who's going to get the job done first? I think Vettel is too far behind for his mechanics to do anything about his position. But well done, Lewis. He's still ahead of Sebastian Vettel. This is going to be a brilliant race, guys. I can tell you guys this. It's a battle between Ferrari and Mercedes once again for this season's Top Gun. Last season it was Mercedes in the Drivers' Championship and Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship. Let's see if Ferrari can take both the championships this season, or even if Mercedes can throw a spanner in the works. But the team that I think are going to throw a spanner in the works, even though the first two races are not going according to plan, is Red Bull. So keep an eye on those blue cars. We head here onto the end of lap 7, and the race leader at this stage, I can't believe I'm saying this, the horse of Kevin Magnussen was diving into the pit lane, coming off of his worn super soft tires. And guys, sorry, Lewis and Vettel pitted on the end of lap 6, very early pit stop. K-Mag is into the pit lane with the Red Bull of Max Verstappen right behind him, and Sergio Perez's Pink Force India also. You guys can see that in the background. Valtteri Bottas and Kimi Raikkonen are also going into the pits. Kimi gets a wing change, so somewhere in the opening phases Kimi broke his front ring. That's very, very sad news to me actually. But it's a big pit lane mayhem on the end of lap 7. Oh, well, the end of... I don't know, what's wrong with the laps now? I've gotten my laps completely wrong. So you guys can see on the steering wheels, just forget I ever said what lap they're pitting on. But here at the end of the actual lap 7, Kimi Raikkonen... No, this is Sebastian Vettel. Oh yes, this is not Raikkonen, this is Vettel. He's going for a move up 3 cars. He's going to the inside of Lewis Hamilton. Come on, Vettel, he wants to take back the lead of the Bahrain Grand Prix. Lewis did not expect that at all. This is a massive move in this Grand Prix, and Sebastian Vettel is back up ahead of Lewis Hamilton. That puts Vettel back into the provisional lead after all the pit stops have phased out. Here they are right behind myself, who is on the one-stop strategy. I just let Vettel pass as easily as he can, because like I said, guys, I'm not fighting with these cars just yet. This is Max Verstappen and the other horse of Roman Grosjean coming into the pits. They were leading the race at the stage of the race, but here Vettel comes past, and I even let Lewis Hamilton pass because my fight was not with them. I poach a bit of slipstream off of Lewis. But guys, heading into the first corner, I am too late onto the brakes. I just jostle out of the way not to hit Lewis, and at the stage I realized I actually made it look like I was trying to go ahead of Lewis, but I was literally just way too late onto the brakes. But here I make Lewis pass very easily. I was not going to fight him too hard, so that was my fault. Sorry, Lewis. Guys, I was at the opportunity to overtake him. I was just so late on the brakes, and I took avoiding action, and it turned out to look like I tried to pass Lewis. But here we head on to lap 10. This is the horse, I think it's Roman Grosjean. Is it Roman? No, it's Kevin Magnussen. It's Kevin. Oh, there's a lockup, and he bumps my teammate Pierre Gasly. Luckily, no front wings are broken, but that's a free position for Max Verstappen. He comes up 2 positions thanks to the mistake from Kevin Magnussen. Guys, we head here on. I couldn't see the lap, but I think it's at the end of lap 10 or lap 11. We go down here the back straight, and then everything is going good until there's a major engine blowout for the horse of Kevin Magnussen. Poor K-Mag, stuff were looking so good in this Grand Prix for the Haas team. I really feel for K-Mag. He was in a podium position at a stage. So I'm so sorry, Kevin. Guys, but we head here, I don't know what lap this is. I couldn't see on the steering wheel. I was too slow because I was giving my kind regards to Kevin Magnussen. But look at my teammate! He's going past 3 cars, actually 4, because Valtteri was pushing him. Well done, Pierre Gasly. That's possibly the move of the season. 4 cars in one shot. Damn it, Pierre, that new chassis upgrade, those new chassis upgrades are working brilliantly. Well done, Pierre. Oh crap, Pierre's behind me. Okay, guys, we've got a problem now. I want to give my teammate the GG. That was a brilliant move, but oh damn it, now he's chasing after me. We come in for our first and only pit stop of this Grand Prix. Guys, behind me you guys can see that's Esteban Ocon and the McLaren of Fernando Alonso. Into the pit lane, let's go guys. Come on guys, quick stop, quick stop, quick stop, quick stop, quick stop. That's it. No! No, 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 no. I get held up. I'm behind the Force India. Well done, well done. That's not my pit crew's fault, guys. It's a rule you're not allowed to leave in front of another car.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. Receive a penalty.
Okay, we are now heavily on the back foot. Now I need to drive like a madman to just try and stay in front of my teammate because I lost so much time. Oh! Why? Come on, why does Bahrain hate me? Guys, the end of lap 14, my teammate Pierre Gasly is finally diving into the pit lane. Oh man, come on, oh man, I panicked. Guys, I'm first driver, they need to prioritize me. Keep him in the pit box. Let him suffer. No, what? That's not suffering. I can't believe I'm telling them to let my teammate suffer. We need the constructors points. Okay, I'll shut up. But oh, come on, where's Gasly? Guys, look at the mini map. Gasly is exiting the pit lane as we speak. Fernando, leave me alone. You can battle me another time. Oh, Gasly's ahead of me. Gasly and Esteban Ocon have jumped me. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That is complete sarcasm, just so, by the way. Oh, come on. Why can't I just get anything done here at Bahrain? This track hates me. Oh, just because I said I didn't like it. Now it says, okay, you don't like me, so I hate you. But guys, on the end of lap 15, Kimi Raikkonen is coming in for his second pit stop, going from his second set of super soft tires onto mediums. The wear here at Sakia is dreadful. I can understand why he's going onto mediums and not onto softs. But he exited the pit lane, and guys, here in P1 on the end of lap 16, the race leader Sebastian Vettel is coming in for his second pit stop, most probably onto a second set of yellow walled soft tires. And also Lewis Hamilton is also coming into the pits. So there he is. There comes the Mercedes pit crew, and the pit stop goes. Oh, he's going onto mediums. Is the wear so bad here at Sakia? Let's see here. Hamilton, he also goes onto a set of mediums. Wow, okay, so all three compounds were used by the top two drivers. Wow, that shows you guys just how bad the wear is here at Sakia. But guys, here out of sequence, fighting away for second place at this stage is Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas. As they fight, you guys can watch. I'm not going to commentate so much on this part, I'm just going to talk a bit. Guys, the Sakia circuit over here, like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't like the circuit. I don't think I'm bad on the circuit, but I'm also not good on the circuit, and I think it doesn't help the fact that the AI are overpowered, because that makes an already very hard circuit to drive even harder to compete. So yeah, Sakia. It's a beautiful circuit. I like the layout of the circuit. I think for like GT3 cars, maybe the LMP1. Le Mans racing cars, they might fit good on this track, but I don't know, I just don't feel Formula 1 cars suit this track. But that's just my opinion. But I think more, not even the LMP1 cars, more like intensive sports cars that have been converted for racing, like GT3, Grade 4 maybe. Even if you want to go so far and say that Japanese racing league on Gran Turismo Sport, they are the Grade 2 cars, that they would also work good on this track. But I don't feel this is a track for intensively like the top of the notch racing cars like Formula 1 and Le Mans racing, LMP1s and LMP2s. I feel this is a circuit more for lower class cars. Not that there's anything wrong with the country or with the circuit itself, I just don't think F1 cars suit this track. I don't know why, that's just my opinion, guys. Own opinion. But heading here onto lap 24, let's run through the grid order as it stands after all the pit stops have cycled out. Sebastian Vettel is leading the way, dominating the second part of this race like he did in Australia. Lewis Hamilton is in second place with his Mercedes-Benz, still defending his championship but losing this first part of the season. Very bad for Sebastian Vettel. Kimi Raikkonen has fought his way all the way up to third position, so this might be a Ferrari double podium instead of a Mercedes double podium. Valtteri Bottas is trying to chase him down in fourth position. Max Verstappen is bringing up fifth position in his Red Bull. This is a much better performance from the Red Bull crew than in Australia. Sixth and seventh is brought up by Daniel Ricciardo and my teammate Pierre Gasly fighting away for P6. Then in P8 we have got the Force India of Sergio Perez, P9 myself, and P10 is brought up by the Sauber. I think this is Charles Leclerc. I couldn't see quickly, but no, yes, it's Charles Leclerc. He goes for a move on the outside as I go run through the grid order, but I give him a little bit of a squeeze. He's on a softer compound tire, which is less worn than mine, so I was really on the back foot. But guys, it was not really a big fight. I started to pull away from him as his tire started to wear. But guys, last lap 29, and Sebastian Vettel is going to come through to win his second Grand Prix in a row here at Sakia. Well done, Sebastian, really well done. You drove brilliantly, man. Get in there, get in there. This is Lewis Hamilton coming through to take second place once again. So the top two have not changed positions. We'll see what happens as we head into China. And third place is going to be the Flying Finn himself, Kimi Raikkonen. Well done, Kimi, you really did good today. You're having a brilliant drive, getting himself all the way up into a podium position. That's how you do it, man. That's how you do it. Kimi Raikkonen comes through in third, even with his front wing braking, and Valtteri Bottas is in fourth with Max Verstappen in fifth. But guys, the battle for P9 is still going all the way. Even though I tried to go for a fastest lap of the Grand Prix on the final lap, not that I have the car for it, but I tried, and it didn't go as good as I wanted to. I took like 8 tenths off of my fastest lap, so I had a new personal best, but not the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. But P9, I'll take it. Much better than Season 1. Get in there, lad.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. So, Ant, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, I'd say it's just raw pace, plain and simple. I mean, we could sit here and talk about strategy all day, the overtaking, looking after the tyres, but at the end of it all, if you want to win, you need a package that's got the speed over everyone else, and that's exactly what they had today.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Sebastian Vettel, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I have to give it to O'Connor. They demonstrated a very delicate touch in close proximity to other cars, as well as showing a lot of maturity and patience in difficult situations.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improve their position in the championship. It was great having you with us for this weekend. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Until next time though, goodbye.
What a race, guys. Ferrari are still leading the Constructors and the Drivers' Championship. Ferrari is looking like a very strong car this season. They are doing brilliantly, and I think Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen are very proud of themselves. I think especially Sebastian. Kimi's got a little bit of catch-up work to do. He still has to catch Lewis. But Lewis and Valtteri have got to be panicked because the Ferrari car is looking immensely strong at this stage. But that's not the end of the world. It's only the second round of 21, so we've still got 19 races to go. I am very excited for this season, guys. And guys, if you haven't watched the first season, please go watch all the videos. They are all there. So the first season was a cracker from start to finish. You guys will love it, I am sure of it. But before we go on with the commentating, let's quickly hear what Emma has to say.
Excellent result today. Finishes like that will look good on your contract reviews. On to the next one.
Why, thank you, Emma. I appreciate that, even though I failed the team objective, but that's not the end of the world. Guys, we're heading to the upgrades. Quickly going to upgrade a few things. But guys, that has been this episode. Hit that like, hit the subscribe, don't forget to ding the bell, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers!
Okay.